Chad Curry's been with Team UMC for over 20 years, the last 8 of which he spent as the EMS training chief. So he's responsible for training and educating our EMS healthcare professionals. Chad was nominated for Employee of the Month because of his compassionate actions after teaching a Stop the Bleed course to a local business.
You know, we're very blessed here because we're able to do a lot of outreach for UMC and for UMCMS, and that's where this story started. We were able to do an outreach of bleeding control, and so we taught about 18,000 people last year bleeding control across West Texas. We had a local business contact us, and we were able to go in and do bleeding control for their staff. And this was a high-risk business that was a lot of moving parts to it, a lot of real heavy moving parts to it. They had an incident a few weeks after our bleeding control class. And that incident was a very tragic incident, which lost a limb on an employee. And their staff hopped into place very quickly, grabbed their bleeding kits that we supplied them, that UMC supplied them, and got in there and they stopped that bleeding and they saved that man's life. And it made a difference in that man. And in saying that, it made a difference to us because that's what we do. And we were able to teach that class. So they called me, they contacted me and said, hey, we're out of bleeding control kits. Is there any way we can get some until we can get some ordered? And I said, absolutely. And so I took some out to them. Well, when I got there, one of the gentlemen said, hey, we're kind of struggling. We're having some difficulty processing this. And knowing that we're EMS and the things that we see on a regular basis, we were able to sit down and visit with them and have a conversation and try to walk them through that, not only a grieving process, but kind of a, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with seeing what we see on a regular basis and how we are able to go to sleep at night? How are we able to go and enjoy our families? Because we do, our jobs go home with us. And so that's what started that. And so we were able to have that conversation and we were able to help them get through that. Just a little bit of background. When I was in high school, as a high school senior, my across the street grandfather, this was our neighbor, he went into cardiac arrest. So we went over and started compressions, and that's what got me into EMS. I really enjoyed taking care of people, and I enjoy taking care of sick people, and really sick people, and it's definitely a calling. This is not for the average Joe person. It's for somebody that you're not in it for the money, you're not in it for the glory, you're in it to take care of sick people.
Chad exemplifies the character of our health system and the EMS industry at large, and we're so thankful to have him on our team.